Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a light classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers. Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. The hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Wanna get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries who have joined in for today's session. So before we could start, I would request the students to inform your fellow mates so that they join in quickly and we should be able to start in the next another 5-6 minutes. A very good evening to all. A warm welcome to the students, faculty members, HODs, principal, and the colleges who have partnered with us, the partner institutions. So before we could start today's session, I would like to give a short introduction about XLR. So we would be slowly journeying into this 30 hours of student development program on project excellence, mastering your minor and major projects with real world case studies on FSD and ML, project research and publications. So it is starting today from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. The next 15 days, we will have the sessions from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every day, 2 hours, Monday to Friday. So let me give you a quick introduction about XLR. XLR founded in 2013, having its branches in eight branches in 5 cities, headquartered in USA, Houston, and founded by IIM ISB alumni. Close to 8 lakh plus students and professionals we have trained so far. And we have catered to the requirements of individuals, institutions, and industries. We are getting stronger and stronger through our premium associations like iHub Divya Sampark, Skill Up APSSDC, APSHE, TASK from Telangana, AMDC, IIT Madras, IIT Roorkee, BITS Pilani, NASCOM Future Skill Prime, and Swayam Plus. We have been awarded twice by Deloitte as fastest growing technology company in the Deloitte Technology Fast 50 India 2018 and many others for our training programs. Through our decade of training excellence, we have so far trained 80,000 plus faculties, 8 lakh plus students through our student development program and faculty development program. We have strongly been conducting 600 plus webinars and on 40 plus emerging technology front. Through this, we are able to have a strong connect, strong association with close to 2,000 plus academic partners. And we have a strong connect close to 5,000 plus placement partners. So these are some of our information on the total students from engineering, degree, and others who have constantly participated in our student development program, and close to 70,000 plus faculties who have constantly participated from engineering, degree, and other category. So for today's event, we have close to 8,000 plus students who have registered for this program, where the majority of the participants are from Maharashtra, following Andhra, Karnataka, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Madhya Pradesh, and other regions. So, through our everyday learning program, a college who has collaborated will be able to attend this training program. And this is completely free, where it is the training program is delivered to students and faculties on application-oriented training with hands-on training on the trending technology. And this also helps the colleges to seek their NAC and NBA requirements. Through our EDL offerings, we constantly get collaborated with colleges. We conduct largely webinars. We do a lot of faculty development program based on the requirements from the college. And all of these training programs happen through our LMS. During your learning journey using the LMS portal, the learner who enrolls will have to register. And the moment you register, you would be able to receive the login credentials. Using the login credentials, you will be able to have the access for the programs. So through this, you will not only be able to see the upcoming events, or also you will be able to explore more on the past events through the self-paced modules. And every program of ours will have assessments and assignments, and there will be a lot of industry use case discussions which will happen during the training program. So this is how your LMS would look like, where you will have the session recordings and you will be able to explore more in detail as once the complete LMS walkthrough will be done towards this. uh, uh, journey. So you will be able to access the past events and the present events as showcased here in our LMS portal. And if you have any queries related to that, you will be able to reach out to the support team as well. These are some of our student development programs which we conducted in the past, close to 8 lakh plus audiences, that is students who have participated, and constantly participating colleges are close to 1,600 plus. And so far we have conducted 59 plus student development programs. And these are the list of programs where most of the students who were really interested and want these programs to be repeated again and again. DSA, ChatGPT, Generative AI, Advanced Excel, Salesforce, Python and SQL, mobile app development, cracking coding interviews, full stack development, and many more. Similarly, we have faculty development programs close to 42 plus, which we have conducted so far, and constantly participating colleges were close to 1,519. And these are some of our faculty development programs, which was on request and demand from the faculties, which were repeatedly done for the faculties. So as I mentioned, so far 500 plus webinars conducted on the latest technology trends, close to 50,000 plus participants have attended. And a learner who enrolls for any of our programs, that is student development program or faculty development program, will be getting the participation certificate towards the end of the training program. And we provide the participation certificate to the learner if and only if the student has regularly participated in all the sessions. That is, if the student development program will be for the next 15 days, all 15 days, we expect the learner to be present and attending the session. On those, once he attends, we will be issuing the certificate, participation certificate. These are some of our faculty development programs which we conducted in the past in collaboration with the colleges. And these are some of the certificates which we have issued to the students. Here, I would also like to highlight a few recent events in the past which we did with IIT Roorkee on data analytics using Minitab. And this is a student initiative wherein we conducted Power BI at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. And this is on a complete research and based on the inputs from the universities, colleges. We curated a 5-subject module, which is of 240 plus hours of campus recruitment training, which was absolutely free in collaboration with iHub Divya Sampark. We had this initiative taken, and close to 50,000 plus registrants applied for this, registered for this program. And as I told you, a learner who will constantly attend all the sessions based on your performance and your attendance, we will be issuing the certificate. On those lines, there were assessments and assignments also part of this program. And close to 5,200 plus students were eligible for this prestigious certificate, which was honored by IHub Divya Sampark, IIT, joint body of IIT Roorkee, and Government of India, Department of Science and Technology. These are some of our flashback wherein we had maximum number of registrations from AP, that is through APSSDC support, wherein we had 10,000 plus participants for the Skill Up Final Year program. These are some of our student development program and faculty development program on ACE coding, generative AI, which we conducted in the past in collaboration with APSHE, APSSDC, TASK, and many other colleges. So without much further ado, let us move forward towards our today's student development program on project excellence, mastering your minor and major projects with real world case studies on FSD and ML. Before which, I take the privilege to honor our distinguished guest. We have Mr. Richie Salve, Regional Manager, Talent Acquisition, Tech Mahindra, who has 12 plus years in global hiring, talent mapping, leadership recruitment across IT and non-IT industry. And he is a successfully led and guided 20 plus team member for their performance, collaboration, and positive organizational change. So a warm welcome to you, sir. And over to you.
Great. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the introduction. No, it was great. I was just going through the other slides which you have been part of. So it is wonderful. Thank you. And I'm very privileged to be here in front of the students. I hope I'm audible, right?
Yes, sir, you are very much.
Great, ma'am. Thank you. Great. I mean, I was just wondering, these kind of courses will definitely go out and help your people, right? So I have also started. Let me also start the introduction. Like I have also started my career with a call center job. Okay, knowing the fact that I would definitely go out and earn much and to try to go out and improve my skills. But when we start, definitely the starting steps are not easy to go out and hit them up. But however, with the kind of intensity that we will have to go out and make ourselves ready to the market is very important. In which today's world, definitely yes, as a freshers, I mean, all assuming all are freshers who are there sitting in front of the systems now, right? So they'll have to go out and start their career in such a way that they have to be start somewhere or the other. But however, why not with a good projects and academics in? When you look at people who have joined or who have studied in different colleges, like big colleges named Bits Pilani or any other, they have given a separate value. Did you ever think why? Because those colleges or those what do you say, those technologies or the studies have a different kind of experience that they already have, right? When you say a small company name and a big company name, there's a lot of difference, but where you study, what you study also matters. So in terms that when you're trying to go out and kickstart your career, you will have to start with a bang. So earlier stages of life, definitely you will be able to go ahead and have your career in your hands. And now, how to go ahead and make that? Because some may say that, sir, this is our first interview. How would I crack it? Some may say that, sir, this is my first project. How would I crack it? So information will definitely lead you there. A lot of information. Do you think how big the organization is? Don't think that. Think about how well you can go out and perform. Think about how well you can show the confidence in the other person, how to go ahead and hire you or why to hire you. There, your projects or the experiences matters a lot. Colleges will give out projects in order to go ahead and have you experience your team building activity or your knowledge in terms of that project where you are. Nowadays people do projects in as a check mark activity, which is not correct. People have to collaborate, because when I go for interviews, I definitely ask one question to the candidate stating that what was your project. They say I have robotics, I have AI, I have Python development, I have coding and all. But people, I mean, people like me will definitely expect an answer stating that, sir, I did a project on AI which is based on this categories. But however, what I learned in it is not about the project, but in terms of the career opportunities which I get. Terms like team building activity, exchanging knowledge, trying to go out and mingle with people, trying to talk and find out a solution for a problem. So these kind of answers HR expect. Not that you well perform the project or not, because I'm sure the projects are already been I mean, they are readily available in the market. Though they are readily available in the market, we will have to go out and do something to go out and have those projects maintained. The main important thing of project is to go out and collaborate between your colleagues. Not only collaborate, talk to your colleagues, find out a solution. That will make you success. Whenever you are trying to go out and do something, keep your 100% on it. Gather some information, then talk. Agreed. People who have a question, okay, people who have a question against some bikes or some of the shows, they talk with a different confidence level. And people who don't, they would definitely go out and talk with a different confidence level. You will understand the differences. So you will have to gain that confidence. That confidence is gained only by knowledge. Whenever you are expertise in knowledge or you have excess knowledge in terms of that product, so try to go out and capture as much as you can from your peers, from your colleagues, or from the educational institutions. Okay, This institute where they showed all the certificates, why did they show you? Because they have been succeeding in training candidates like you. Training is pretty much important, but however, training in different ways has to be the agenda. Let's say if a candidate is being put forward in one of the training, correct, so you will have to be in able to go and explain what does the training mean for you. Every person, yeah, every person in this world asks, what is in it for me within, what is in it for me if I'm doing a project, what is in it for me? It is not about project end. Do you think that college professors will definitely go out and see the project end whether you did correct or not? That's a check mark activity. But the answer that has to become is a little different from your end. By doing that project, I have mean, gained so much knowledge on this things, which matters for the job. That is how we have to have it. Any questions until now? I've been talking.
We might request them to use their chat and post the questions to you, Mr. Ritchie.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, no problem, no problem. So finally, what I can say is that, see, I mean, every other step as a fresher is important. Every other step. But however, 100% of your concentration is required. 100% of your dedication is required. Why do you think that US is giving jobs to India? Because Indian people are more dedicated than anyone else. So that dedication, the person who's sitting in front of you in an interviewer has to see that. Sir, you can ask me a question, sir. Will the person be able to see it in another 5 or 6 minutes while they're interviewing? We will find it by the answers that they give out. So those kind of answers can only be given by a person who are already trained and experienced those kind of things. So bottom line is that whatever you do, perform well and try to succeed in your life. Thank you. If you have any questions, please post it on the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Ritchie. Your insights have truly set the tone for today's event. And I believe that the importance of projects and project excellence, which you have shared it with us and with our learners for today, have truly helped them. And definitely, I believe that their learning journey will be even more curated in terms of knowing the reason behind or the importance of projects. Thank you very
Sure.
much,
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Ritchie.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So let me move on to our next dignitary for today's evening. We have Professor Dr. S.S. Sane, Principal from Gokale Education Society, R.H. Sapat College of Engineering, Management Science, Management Studies and Research, Nasik. Sir has 36 plus years of teaching, research, and leadership experience. He is a principal, BOS chairman, member of SPPU, and other universities, led multiple departments and academy bodies. He is also published 80 plus papers, authored textbooks, supervised PhD, ME scholars, and recipient of multiple prestigious awards. A warm welcome to you, sir, and over to you.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Good evening, friends, and I welcome you for this SDP Student Development Program. And basically, I am a teacher. Teaching is my profession. So after working in the industry for a while, I joined teaching and enjoyed working with the young minds. And very happy that this kind of SDP has been arranged. I feel that student development programs which are focusing on project excellence is a need of our, because I myself believe project is a project or mini project. These are really the courses which I treat them as self-creation. All other courses where there is a defined syllabus, but projects and others, many projects. And in NEP terminology now, community engagement projects. All these are the courses. They are for self-creation, requires innovation and creativity. And that's why way back in 1987, I still remember the BTech project which I worked on, or for that matter, the MTech project that I worked on, because it was my own creation. Of course, in a group at undergrad. Well, I believe that today most of the interviews, job interviews, the interviewers are looking at as a fresher what you have done as far as these mini projects and projects are concerned. And the recruiters are keeping track of your social footprint. Maybe they are looking at your work which you uploaded on GitHub and other platforms, and they try to find out what exactly was your role and what you have done in this particular projects. Well, industry and society as a large is looking at all the engineers for sustainable solutions. So many projects are minor or major projects. This is an opportunity for our students to learn the real life problems and apply innovative minds and come up with efficient and effective sustainable solutions. And we have seen in my career of 38 years, I have seen so many young minds. They have very good ideas in mind, and they come up with some good solutions. Well, about the technology, there is an array of emerging technologies. You all know about AI, data science, machine learning, industrial IoT, Industry 5.0, AR, VR, quantum, cyber security, blockchain, whatnot. All these technologies are going to they are already making an impact, and they are going to make more and more impact in days and years to come. So, a student development program like this one, which is about project excellence, because I believe project management is one of the most interesting course. And for that matter, software engineering and project management. These are treated as theoretical courses. I believe they are most practical. And apart from your opportunity that the projects gives a student to apply their theoretical knowledge, what I believe is more important is team building, team spirit, interpersonal skills, negotiation skills, conflict management, and whatnot. You also get a chance for project planning, tracking, change management, costing, estimation. It's really a very practical subject. And this kind of student development program, I believe, will certainly be useful for our students. I really feel XLR has done a great job in the domain of academic industry collaboration, with 8 lakhs of students being trained, 80,000 of faculty, more than 600 webinars, and so on. That's a fantastic work done by XLR, and that is helping ultimately our country in generating the trained manpower. My advice to students, be regular, attend all sessions, and submit your assignments in time. My best wishes to all the participants. And at the end of the course, I'm sure you will come to know that you really have enjoyed and understood real world case studies and come up with some solutions in the domain of full stack and machine learning. I'm thankful to XLR giving me the opportunity to interact. Over to. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for adding immense value to our program with your perspective and passion. Let me move on to our next dignitary for today's evening, Dr. Vinod Kumar, Associate Professor from Information Science and Engineering Department, RV Institute of Technology, Management, Bangalore. Sir has 20 plus years of teaching and research experience. His expertise is in data mining, cloud computing, big data computing, close to 45 plus research publications, and he has 8 patent filed granted, and he's a senior member of IEEE. A warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. See, good evening to all. We from the Department of ISC, RV Institute of Technology and Management, are very happy to associate with XLR for this student development program on project-centric learning in full stack development and machine learning. As we observe this in nowadays, learning is everywhere. Learning is open. It is not depends on any faculty. It is not depends on any particular textbook or books. It not depends on any a single environment or single place. Learning is open and it is wide and it is everywhere. At the same time, learning and engineering or learning and engineering related courses, the perspective of that learning engineering courses also has changed. So it is not only covering the syllabus of a particular subject. Always we need to move on something beyond into that syllabus, which is not covered. So how to go out the boundary? The thing, one of the best way is a project centric learning. So in that way, we congratulate XLR to find out an exact SDP on this project centric learning on the latest technology, full stack development and machine learning. At the same time, the time frame also is set in a suitable way. 15 days each day, 2 hours, which will helpful to the students to understand about the latest technology in a project-based environment. So, like this, as a students or as a learner, not only students, we have to involve a more innovative activities and events which is related to our domain. So, if I'm good or if I'm familiar in machine learning, like this innovative activities and events, we have to be part of this one, and we have to showcase into our professional environment. So, in that way, I believe this student development program will help you to give a great understanding about this project centric learning in this latest technologies. If you're happy learning, thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you for your insights on today's program, sir. Thank you very much. And it was a pleasure having you here for today's evening. So let me move on to our expert who will be taking forward this session on project excellence. So we have Mr. Umar Yaqub Solanki, corporate trainer and senior Java developer, who's a subject matter expert in full stack. He has 15 plus years of experience in the front end and back end, working as a senior Java developer. He's skilled in C, Python, DSA, Java programming, database, Java, Spring Boot, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, TypeScript, and React.js. He has trained so far 5,000 plus candidates globally on various full stack curriculums. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Umar, and over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Nitya. Good evening, everyone. So, as Nitya has introduced me, that I have around 15 years plus experience as a senior Java developer plus corporate trainer. My area of expertise is the Java vertical and data structures. So, in this course, we'll be covering front end as well as back end applications. So, in front end, we'll be having HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a portion of React. And in the backend, we'll start with Java Spring Boot, how to make the RESTful APIs and how to integrate those RESTful APIs using the front end. So we'll have an end-to-end cycle, okay, and we'll develop a major project for you guys, which you all can show in your final semester of your graduation also. That's all from me.
Thank you, Umar. So let me hand over the session to Mr. Amar Shivate, who will give a quick walkthrough on the LMS, through which you would be learning the next few days, the entire session. So Amar, over to you.
Thank you. So, dear student, once again, very good evening and warm welcome to the 30 hours student development program by XLR. I know that you are eagerly waiting to start the session. So I will just take 7 to 10 minutes of your time and I will give you the walkthrough on the LMS portal. So next 15 days, there'll be no any issues or difficulties you guys are going to face. Each and everything will be there handy over the LMS itself. So as I'm going through the chat box of the Zoom and YouTube, I have a couple of questions like, sir, attendance, sir, certificate, sir, registration link, sir, how to join the session, sir. No need to worry. So in this next 10 minutes, focus on LMS Creative. I will cover each and everything and I will explain you how whatever the questions you asked into the chat box. Before that, I want a quick confirmation from each one of you if you're able to hear me clearly, if I able to. Okay, thank you. Thanks for the confirmation. If you're able to hear me clearly, if I'm loud and clear. So I want a quick confirmation. Yes, so previous participants are raising their hands. Okay. Hello, sir. I just joined my first time here. Could you anyone please guide me about the assignment? What kind of the Rohit? No need to worry. I will cover all this point. Others, YouTube participants, good to go ahead. All set? You're ready, sir. Super. Thank you so much, all of you, once again for the confirmation. So, dear writing minds, let's start with the LMS KT session. So, let me show my screen. So, LMS is known as a learning management system. And by using the LMS, we are going to provide you the recordings of the session, whatever we are going to cover into the next 15 days. You are able to find the agenda over the platform. You are able to mark your attendance from the platform. And the most important thing, you are able to join the session from platform via Zoom or else YouTube. Interested? Yes. So now, those who are registered till today morning, till 11 o'clock, we already shared the communication and steps to follow towards to accessing the LMS. Right? But still, I will explain once again. So you are able to see the two mails, that is nothing but the LMS portal account details by XLR. So you're not required to do anything. And if you not receive the email, we share the steps what you have to follow to forget the password and access the material from the LMS portal. Okay. So in the first email itself, you have portal link, email address, and password. Okay. So guys, portal link is nothing but a URL. Okay. So what is the use of URL and what is the full form of the URL? As today we are here for the project excellence SDP, right? So everybody is going to work on the project. Everybody is going to have the knowledge on the project. So what is the full format, the use of the URL? Or any sample URL or any examples of the URL? Guys, you can use the chat box, don't raise the hand because as we have around 1,000 participants count over the Zoom, YouTube and LMS platform. So it will create a noise if I'm going to give you the access to unmute yourself. So let's put into the chat box. Anyone wants to try? Anyone wants to go ahead? No? No one? See, chat, you have to chat with the host and co-host only, not required to talk with anyone, right? So you can directly talk. Yes, Nikita, uniform resource locator. An example? Correct, Disha. Thank you. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Disha. Okay, great. Thank you, Ishwari, over the YouTube as well. Correct answer. Address of something. Exactly. So, dear student, why I'm stressing, you will say that, sir, you are here for the LMSKT, you are giving the GAN of URL. So, just I want to stress on that. URL is nothing but a one thing which is going to be address, right? Like, for example, in a simple word, in a daily basis, on our daily life, we are using some platforms. Like if you want to order something, we use Amazon or Flipkart, right? or we are using sometime Instagram as well into the web applications, so instagram.com or .in. No sir, we use the linkedin.in, we use the naukri.com, as now we are in the path of classroom to corporate, right? So all this whatever I'm mentioning, that are the URLs, right? Exactly. So our XLR LMS URL is mylearning.xlr.com. Okay, so you can just save in your mind, you can save in your brain, you can bookmark to the browser whatever you are using, because every time you're not required to open the email and need to search for that. Simply type it down mylearning.xlr.com and you can access the LMS port. So now I'm clicking onto the mylearning.xlr.com. So which tab I will get? So I will get this tab, and here I need to proceed with the sign in, a login process. Okay, email address and password. Sir, where is the email address and password? Or if I don't have email address and password, how I proceed? So you have forgot the password option, and you can use your registered mail ID. Okay, but you can check in the mail itself. I have the email address and password. Sir, you will say this is the very long password, how to type it, copy paste, all these things. No need to worry, later on you can forget your password as well. Okay, so now just suppose that I provided my credentials, email ID and password. I'm clicking on to the sign in. What next? Yes, so we are done with the phase one. Let me reshare my screen and I will show you the elements, how it works, and how you're able to access all these things what I mentioned before starting the KT session. Okay, so now you can check here. Once I provide my credentials successfully, I will land here on the dashboard. I will explain all these things where you are able to get this. Okay, so first of all, if you check here, right hand upper side, right? So you are able to see the profile option. If you click on the profile, you have setting option. Okay, in a setting, you can update your details, like your full name, your username. If yeah, Yogita, no need to worry. I will be sharing the registration link after the get. So don't worry about that. Okay. So you can save your username as well. If you want, it's up to you. You can upload your photo. And if you want, as I said, the password is lengthy or it's too big, you can update the password as well. Type it here, same password, confirm once time, update the password. Okay. So now this is done about the profile. If you go to the back to the home page, so see, mylearning.xl.com, if you type here, you are able to see this page. Okay, so here on this page, guys, just a minute, let me have what. Yeah, sorry. So once you click on back to home page, you are able to see a couple of courses. As government initiative, Nitama mentioned that we have collaboration with the different government bodies, so that is there. Okay, now let me go back onto the dashboard again. Below the back to the home page, you are able to see the leaderboard. Somebody over the YouTube chat, I think asked me that how to extend or how to increase the XPs. Okay, so here you are able to see the XPs. So dear students, it's depend on the contest assessment whatever you are going to submit from the portal. Okay, so we are running different program coding contest, and it's work like lead code, lead code hacker rank, where you are going to submit the programs, you are going to run programs, and you will get the XPs, right? So likewise it's working leaderboard. Okay, so now the most important thing, dashboard. On a dashboard, you can check here on a first line itself, you are able to see live session for today, day one project excellence. If I click on that, if I want to join the session, you are able to see join a Zoom meeting, right? The meeting is open for all. You can click here, join the Zoom. If you require meeting ID or passcode, it will not ask, but still if it is required, then we are providing here. If you want to join the session from the YouTube as well, if you're facing any difficulties over the Zoom, yes, you can join the session from YouTube as well. Okay, clear on the joining the session. Let me go back to the dashboard, and you can check here enrolled courses, how you are able to see the agenda, attendance, and all these things, right? So SDP on project excellence, you can check here, you are able to see the curriculum. So let me walk you through by one. So first, attendance and feedback. Okay, so many of you are asking me, sir, attendance. So don't need to worry. There are few rules for the attendance. First of all, the attendance link will be active in between 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. for the same day. Sometimes what you guys guys used to ask or mail that, sir, I want yesterday's attendance. I want 3 days before's attendance. How? It's not possible, right? Where anyone is able to going in the past, right? No, no one. So on the same day, you have to mark your attendance between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. Okay, 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation. Okay, and on top of it, you will you're definitely going to ask me, sir, I just registered, sir, I received the link from my friend, I just joined the session, sir, how about the today's attendance? So nothing to worry. At 8:30, I will be sharing the link over the Zoom and YouTube chat as well. So I hope everybody is able to see the chat box. You are able to get that over the Zoom and YouTube as well. YouTube participant, uh, if you are not able to see the live chat option, below the subscribe panel, you are able to see the live chat. Click on that, you will get that live chat option. Okay. So clear about the attendance and feedback. Below that, you will get the agenda. So first of all, FSD agenda, you are able to see here, FSD agenda. Okay, so what we are going to learn. Okay, below that, you are able to see the machine learning agenda. So this program is going to work in a two part, like full stack development and machine learning. So as per the program or as per the structure, you are able to see the agenda here. Below that, live session that I already explained how you are able to join, and session recording. You can check here. Here also, you can join the session. You can be a part of LMS, and from here also you can share your comments as well about the session, or you can post your query here as well. Okay, clear. And whatever the test we are going to conduct, that's going to be conduct from the LMS portal itself. So you will get that all contest. Contest is nothing but the assessment. So as per your program, as per the plan, you will be going to get the contest from the LMS portal itself. Okay. I hope things are clear. I will be opening the window for question and answer for 2 minutes. If any query or any question, you can post into the chat box. If not, you can mention that it's clear and we're good to start the session. In the future, if you are going to have any queries, so you can feel free to drop an email to us on edl@xr.com. I'm going to be part of this session. You can tag to me by saying my name there. Okay. Rudba, you will be going to get the attendance link into the chat box. What if I already have an account? And then no need to worry, you can log in, you will be able to see, but you have to register. After the registration, you will be able to see that course. Okay, if you not receive the mail, no need to worry. By tomorrow morning, those who are pending, they are going to receive the mail. Sir, I have no doubt, sir. Okay, super. Registration link. Yes, Yogita, I said that I will be sharing that just 2 minutes. Yes, and one more good, sir, attendance link, please. So, Dr. Sonali ma'am, I just said that the attendance link will be shared at 8:30. So, dear student, one more thing. The Zoom link will be a same all throughout all this day, 15 days. Okay, it will be available over the LMS portal. You can subscribe to the XLR channel. I already shared the subscription link into the chat box of the Zoom and YouTube as well. I already shared that. You will be going to get the notification if you subscribe once. Okay, so most of things are covered. We'll start with the session. You can keep posting me your queries. I will be solving that throughout the session. So thank you so much. Yeah, Nita.
Yeah, thank you, Amar, for sharing a complete walkthrough on the LMS. So now I would be handing over the session to the trainer. Mr. Umar, you can proceed forward.
Yeah, Nitya, I'll just. Hi guys. So I hope I'm visible and audible to everyone.
Yes, Mr. Umar.
Yeah. So let me just show you all the roadmap which we will follow for these sessions. So it will help us. So I'm sharing my paint screen. Let me know once you're able to see my paint screen. So I hope now my paint screen is visible, guys. So I have people sending on the chat messages. Okay, Amar sir has sent some link to you guys. Yeah. So see, we'll be having around 8 sessions. So in these 8 sessions, we need to cover the entire full stack. So the front end, which I'll be covering is, okay. So initially I'll be preparing some HTML, CSS pages. Okay, in JavaScript also we can use for some validations. Okay. And then the backend, we will fetch the APIs. Okay, so from where our database will connect. And that's APIs I'll be making in Java Spring Boot. Okay, so anybody from you guys who have worked on Java Spring Boot earlier? Anyone who has prior experience of programming in Java Spring Boot? Anybody? Okay, so I'm getting. Okay, Saksham has done Java. Okay. Others. Okay, so we all are fresher to this framework of Java. This is a very good job profile also, guys. So we at XLR, we target our main among other priorities. One of the top priorities is that students should get a job, post whatever they have learned at XLR. So if you can open up Chat GPT, or let me open up Chat GPT and will prompt Chat GPT about what is the market status of Spring Boot jobs in the market. So this should be a good motivation for us. Okay. So is Java Spring Boot developer a good job profile for freshers in 2025? Okay. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Yes, becoming a Java Spring Boot developer is still a good job profile for freshers in 2025 if you approach strategically these. Okay, so what all? High industry demand, large community. So it's a Java based framework, right? So Java is there in the market since 1991, means around what, 34 years companies have invested in Java, and every 6 months Java is releasing a new version. The current version of Java which is in the market is Java 24, and they'll be releasing Java 25 in this month. I guess 16th of September is the date in which Java 25 will be releasing, and they'll be adding a lot of libraries for machine learning and data science in that version. Already when they released 2024, in that they have added a lot of libraries in which we can do a lot of data science and machine learning work using Java programming. So if you target this profile also, corporates should be impressed, and you should be hired as a fresher. Okay, and top companies, okay, all the Fang and Mang companies, these companies are still hiring for your Java Spring Boot developers. Okay, so that is what I plan to keep in the back end. And in the front end, we'll start with HTML, CSS, and plain JavaScript. And if time permits, then we can make a React UI and integrate that also in our application. That is all depends on how fast we grasp the concept, because I don't want to rush with anything. I want to do parallel programming with you guys, so that initially whatever I am programming, you all also are in sync with me. So on the day one, I would want you all to install the relevant softwares which I'll be needing. So starting from the back end, I'll be needing Eclipse. So we need to download Eclipse. So take version 2024-09. That's a good stable version. So you can use this, download Eclipse for Windows, those have Windows, and 2024 version 9 is good. 2024 version 9, this is a good version. So you can click over here, Eclipse download for Windows 2024 release 9, and click on this hyperlink, and it'll give you the download button here. For Windows, click on this and the download should start. I've already downloaded it. If anybody from you guys are downloading, can let me know. So I'll wait for 5 minutes so that everybody downloads this software. So I want to make this session interactive, and we'll do pair programming. So I am doing parallelly. I expect even you all should also do the programming with me. Is that making sense, guys? So I'll share the link on the chat, and you all please download this software from here. I'm sharing it with everyone. Those who have, well and good. Those who don't have, please download it from here. Yes, Deepak, you have some questions. I see you raised your hand. You can post your question on the chat. Okay, so most of you all have just done the basics of Java, and Spring Boot nobody has touched. So try to download this. It will be around some 132 MB, I guess, software. And then try to install it. Very good. No worries, Nikita. So if you're familiar with one programming language, another programming language should be relatively easier to understand. So no need to worry about. Okay, I'll be starting from the very scratch of Spring Boot. Okay, so those who have done prior programming in Java, that would be a, yeah, if you're comfortable with VS Code, Rishita, you can stick to VS Code. But normally, if you see the developers, they use VS Code for front-end development. And for back-end development, we normally tend to use a IDE suitable for that backend. So for Java-based programming, either you can use IntelliJ IDEA, that is also the good IDE, or you can use Eclipse. Eclipse also is a good IDE. I've shared the link on the chat, Rohit. You click on that link, should route you to this page, and in that you will see this Windows option. If you're having a Windows OS, if you're having a Linux OS or a Mac OS, you can click on these links. But most of you are having Windows, I guess. So click on this hyperlink, okay, and it should take you to a, okay, it should start downloading, or it should take you to the next page. Yeah, it brings us to this page. Okay, then click on download and the downloading should start. So yes, you can download for Windows. If you're having a Windows OS, Akshata, download for Windows OS. You'll be doing a programming on the mobile phone, Zainab. Shouldn't you be doing on the laptop? Isn't the keyboard too tiny for programming or for mobile phone? No need to be a bit scared. So Hasini. Okay, so programming languages are just, You just need to have attitude to learn programming language. They are very easy. Once you get the hold of it, no, your entire fright will vanish. So why are you all opening on the mobile? I'm not understanding, Sanjana. We'll be doing programming using a laptop, no? So we just had yeah, old version of Eclipse should be fine, Abhishek. Not be a problem. So once you all have downloaded it, so you need to install that. So double click on that. So when you install Eclipse, the only option which I want you all is to check this option. Okay, so when we do install Eclipse, no, so the only option which I want you all to is check this one. It opens up a page where it asks us for an option. Just choose the second option. Yeah, when this page pops up, no, choose this one. Eclipse ID for enterprise Java and web developers. Okay, don't choose the first option, choose the second option. This one. Eclipse ID for enterprise Java and web developers, and then rest you can do next. It'll start the installation. Okay, it'll come to a particular point and then it'll slow down, but don't need to worry about that. But the installation will complete. So again, it should take around 5 minutes and you should be able to install it. While installing, choose this option. Okay, Eclipse ID for enterprise Java web developers. Use that option. The install rest all is next only. Don't. And then when you will see that it is starting to install, it will show installing. Okay, so something like this will come. Installing. So the progress bar will reach till double L and will slow down, I guess. If you might be observing. Those who are installing, the progress bar will reach faster till double L, and when it is getting over the installing, right? And when it comes to double L, it will slow down. So that is natural. Don't need to worry about that. We'll be splitting this 30 hours session into two 15 hours sessions. So I'll be taking 15 hours and then another faculty will be there, I guess. He'll be taking the remaining 15 hours. If you're comfortable with VS Code, Pawan, you can go with VS Code. If you all have done Java programming in VS Code earlier, because lots of configuration needs to be done, no? Yes. Eclipse ID for enterprise Java and web developer. Lots of configuration will be done in this. So if you all use the same ID which I am using, it will become easier for you all to follow instructions. That's why I'm insisting on installing Eclipse. You should start with the basics of programming, like what is data type, what is variable project, what is if condition, what is for loop, what is array, what is a string. So once you start with the basics of programming, then you will get comfortable as time passes. Sanjana, then how would you program? How would you type a lengthy program in a mobile phone? The keyboard of a mobile phone is so tiny. So that will not give you the speed. And we are doing a project, no? So we will be needing a desktop or a laptop. Mobile, I doubt, will be efficient. Eclipse for Java and web development. Yeah, I just showed that sign, no? That one, okay? So this one. And when this page comes up, the second one. When this page comes up, no? The second option you should choose. Choose the second option. This one. The second option, Java ID for Java enterprise developer, something like that. Or web developers, right? This icon which is there, no? Go with this icon. Choose that option. Okay. Yeah, it will come at double L and it will become slow. No need to worry about that read. So that is natural. Just have the internet connection on. Don't disrupt the internet connection. Yes, I'll be using Spring Boot only. Shubham. For the backend framework, as discussed in the introduction, I'll be using Spring Boot as my backend. So even if you all have a good command on Spring Boot also, no, should be sufficient for you all. And it's a job-oriented profile. So if you can master Spring Boot, do some self-learning, will be really helpful for you guys. So whatever code I am giving, if you'll practice that much also, should be a good advantage. So I guess most of you all, anybody who's completed, who's this progress bar has come and is able to see the launch button, is able to see this, is able to see this screen. Anybody who's able to see the launch after installing, you will get this launch button. Who's reached till here? Anybody who's reached till the launch button? So when you come to the launch button, we have to create a folder in which all our Java program will be stored. So when you click on this launch button, no, so we'll create a folder that is called as workspace. And all our program which we will do will store in that workspace. Eclipse and VS Code are two different entities. You can use either one of them. But Java developers 2024, Kishore, not 2023. VS Code. Okay, so Manish, when you launched, it asked you for the where your program will be stored workspace. So have you set a separate folder or did you use the default setting which it recommended? Perfect, that is good. Make a separate folder. If you are able to see the launch button, means installation is complete, Disha. Only those guys will see the launch button whose installation has successfully completed. So if you see the launch button after installing, click on it. And when it asks for the workspace, make a separate folder and make that as your workspace. So all your program will be stored in that workspace. Attendance sheet will be sent at 8:30, Hanif. Amar sir will share the attendance sheet. Advantage of Eclipse is when we do Java programming with Eclipse, So if you want any Java utility, you can easily add that in Eclipse. And the folder structure is also very easy to maintain in Eclipse. So we have to modularize the code, split the code into small packages. So it becomes very easier to maintain those packages in Eclipse. And if I want to add any Java file, external jar, we call them as external jar, then it becomes very easier in Eclipse to add those jars also. So that's why backend development, we use Eclipse or IntelliJ IDEA. That also is a good IDE for Java developers. See, Nikita, full stack is a lengthier course which takes around 5 to 6 months of training. But we have around 15 hours. So in 15 hours, I will give you an idea as to how a Spring Boot application is made, how to make the REST APIs, and how to consume those REST APIs and from the UI and make a project. Yeah, if you are doing C++, means 90% of Java is done, Shantanu. So C++ means 90% of your core Java is already completed. So if you have mastered C++, then you can say that 90% of your core Java is completed. For C++ and core Java is same. Just little bit syntax changes are there. Most of it is logic wise is same. Spring Boot is a framework which will help us to make the backend of our project. So what we need to do is, what I mean by backend. Okay, so let me give you a very simple example. Let's say yesterday I wanted to transfer some money to my friend. Okay, so I have a HDFC account. Okay, so I opened my net banking, HDFC net. Okay, it is net banking .hdfc.com. This is the URL for my net banking. Net banking hdfc.u. So when I opened this website, it asked me to log in. So it asked for my customer ID. It asked me for my password. Okay. Two things it asked me for: customer ID and password. And then it gives a button over there, say sign in. Okay. So it asked me for my customer ID. It asked me for my password. And then once on entering the correct ID and password, it gives me my login. So what Spring Boot does over here is, now this hdfc.com, when I will click on login, it will take my data and take it to the HDFC server, right? It will take all this information to the HDFC server, where my Also, all these. So when I click connect from my laptop or from my mobile, if I'm doing mobile banking, these are called as client machines. Mobile, laptop, desktop, iPad. Okay, these are all your client machines. So I opened up my client machine. So at times I use my laptop to do my net banking. At times I do it on my mobile Android app. So these are all client machines. So when I open up, I get the UI. Okay, this is called as what I see on the mobile, what I see on the laptop in the browser, that is called as UI, user interface. So the programming languages which helps to make this UI, those languages are called as front-end languages or client-side languages. So those languages which help me to make the front-end UI, user interface, they are called as client-side languages. So how this will look to the customer, how the text box will look to the customer, how the button will look to the customer, what should be the button color, okay, whether it should be blue or whether it should be pink, all that is decided by the client side programming language. Okay, so that is HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So these client side languages, they take care of how the customer will see the product. Now once the customer enters the data and clicks on login, so I entered my user ID and I entered my password. So how will it authenticate whether this is a legitimate legal user or not? So I entered some user ID, I entered some password. Now this user ID and password will be sent to the HDFC server, because this is a HDFC net banking. Okay, so sending this data, I will call a post API and I will pass to this post API, I will pass the user ID and password. So I'll make an object. In that I will say username is 1111 and I will say password. Let's say password is ABCD. If I use a post API, this data is encrypted and sent. So it is not visible to anyone. This entire data is encrypted. Now this data now from the client comes to the server. And the server then interacts with the database layer. So we have a HDFC database also. So we'll try to cover all these aspects in our project. So this is the HDFC server and this is the now HDFC database. So in the HDFC database, I will be having a table in which all the username and password of the HDFC clients are stored. Okay. So let's say this is customers, HDFC underscore customers table. So this is a table of HDFC customers, each having a what? Username and each having a password. So there should be millions of users who are using HDFC. Among them, one user should be 1111 with ABCD. So when I click on this login, the backend is activated. So data from the front end, data entered in the front end is sent to the server. which we call as the backend. So all this data which I have gathered or accumulated in the front end, that data will be sent to the backend. Now this backend which is made, you have various languages which you can make the backend. So you can make it in Python. In that we have Django framework. Those who are done Python might be knowing of this framework. So this is also a very good job profile. So those who are into Python, I'm getting a lot of messages that I'm comfortable with Python, I'm comfortable with Python, I'm new to Java. So if you're comfortable with Python, you can design the server side using Django framework. This is also a good job profile. Then you can do it in C# also. You can do it in PHP also. But the most widely used is Java Spring Boot as a tool to make backend applications. So large companies, they use Java Spring Boot for their backend server APIs. So if you don't believe me, let's try to ask ChatGPT. Which form did I open? Did I close that? Oh, yeah, I'd opened a fresh form. What happened? Where did I close it? Okay, no worries. Was it open over here? Okay, let's start a new tab. Okay. And I will say which is the best programming framework to make large scalable, okay, server side applications. Let's see what does it say for large scalable server side application. It says JavaScript is there. JavaScript can be used at both the ends. And second, it is selling Java Spring Boot. See, even it is ranking Java Spring Boot above Python. Okay, so it has a huge community. You know, as I said, Java has been in the market since 1991. So over the last 34 years, Java has spread its root deep across the corporate. So lots of companies have made their softwares using Java Spring Boot. So there is a high demand of Java Spring Boot backend developers in the market. See, it is writing it even before Python. Okay, I opened a fresh tab, so it doesn't even have sort of whatever previous prompts I had given. So freshly we have prompted it. So it's worth your time to invest in Spring Boot. So what happens is when on the front end, I take all that data and the click of the login button, that data is sent to the server side from the client to the server. So this is called as request. Sending of this data from the client to the server is called as a request. And now once that data comes to the server, if the server needs to interact with the database, it will fetch the data from the database. Okay. So in Spring Boot, interaction with the database, we have something called as Hibernate. Okay. So in Spring Boot, to interact with the database, we use Hibernate. Okay. To send and receive data to and from the database, we use Hibernate. So Hibernate is a tool which will help us send and receive data to the database. So if the server needs anything from the database, it will use Hibernate. So we will fetch the data from the database. So now we have both the data. We have both the data now, data received by the client also, and data received from the database also. And then now we'll put a if condition. Okay, so whatever we have got, so I'll name these variables as, okay, whatever the client has given username, and whatever the client has given the password. So I will name them to separate usernames, and then whatever the database has given me the username, okay, that is also 1111, and then whatever the database has given me the password. So like this, I get the data from the client also and from the database both, and then I will do a if condition and check if they both are matching. If they both are matching, I will say login successful. If they are not matching, I will say login failed. Okay, so in this case, login will be successful because the client, whatever the username, the client has entered. So all this validation checking is done at the server side. So the client username is equal to the database username, and the client password is equal to the database password. So when they both are same, I will say login successful. Okay, so I will return the response. So whatever comes back from the server, that is called as a response. So the client sends the request to the server, and the server reverts back with a response. So now in the response, I will say login success. And if they do not match, I'll just put a simple if condition over here, okay? If they do not match, I will put a else, and we'll say what? Response login failed. So like this, the entire end-to-end cycle we can achieve. Like, so imagine if the user enters 1111, and instead of entering A, B, C, D, the user enters A, B, D, C. By mistake, he entered A, B, D, C. Now, what data has come from the client in the request 111 and ABDC? And what is the actual password stored in the database for this client? ABC. So when I fetch that, I get A111 ABCD. And when I fetch from the client, so now is it equal? No. So we'll go in else, and you will get the response as login failed. So this entire form will be there, and you will get a message over here in red color, whatever the server has returned the response, login failed. Okay, so and to show it in red color, that the client side programming will do. So HTML, CSS will take this text, and if you want to show it in red color and whatever, they will show it. So if the password was matching, if the user entered A, B, C, D properly, then what would happen? Then they would return with login success. So like this, end to end, we will make the client side also and the server side also we will make. Are you all getting the idea, guys? So we'll be having 3 components in our application: the front end layer, the server side layer called as the back end, and the third layer is the database layer. Database which I will be using is MySQL. Okay, if you all are comfortable with other database, we can use that also. If you are comfortable with Postgres or Oracle, that also. But initially we'll be starting with database as MySQL. So this end to end we will use. So this part, okay, I started. So Asani asked me why we use Spring Boot. So this part is what Spring Boot will do for us. The entire server side management along with the database communication. This whole is Spring Boot. And it is widely used as a framework to manage server side programming in corporates. Large enterprise softwares are made in using Spring Boot. Getting it, guys? JavaScript is a front-end language, Zenab. So all the validations we do in JavaScript. So one of the most widely used language in the world currently is JavaScript, because it is such a versatile language, JavaScript. It can be used at both the places. So JavaScript is one of the languages, only languages which I am aware of, which can be used at both ends, client side as well as server side. So you can use client side also JavaScript, and you can use JavaScript at server side also. So I told you all know C#, PHP. So for server side, we have Node.js. Node.js, okay. This is a JavaScript version which with we can make server side programming. So JavaScript, the vanilla JavaScript you can use at client side, and Node JavaScript you can use at server side. So any one of this you can pick and you can become a server side or backend developer. So if you know any of these languages, you can become a backend developer. Okay. So any of these languages, if you know, you can turn into a good backend developer. Okay. Python, we have Django, C#. Okay. C# is a Microsoft based technology. So C# is Microsoft based. In that we have .NET Core. So if you are into Microsoft technology, then you can use .NET Core. PHP is open source. But the most widely used is JavaScript, owned by Oracle. So the licensing of Java is owned by Oracle Corporation, which is one of the most top IIT companies in the world. So they are keeping pace with all the modern technologies. So whatever changes are happening, Oracle is keeping pace with all the changing trends. So you're going to be rest assured that if you'll invest in Java Spring Boot, then it is not that, sir, after 6 months or after a 1 year when I will graduate. You guys are into your final year, right? Because normally in India, our academic season starts in August for engineering and ends in May. Our normal final semester is in May, right? So we will be graduating in June, let's say 2026. So around after 10 months time. So it should not happen that we invest in Java and after 10 months, Java is out of the market and there is no job for Java developers. It should not happen like this, because Java has a large community of developers and lots of corporates have their projects in Java. And to keep them satisfied, Java is releasing every 6 months a new version. Okay. So Java 2.24 was launched a year ago, I guess, and now they're launching. So if they are seeing that lots of work is being done in the area of data science, machine learning, AI, ML, so they want developers to use Java in those technologies. So now the new version of Java, which they will release in this month, they will add a lots of support, ready-made classes, built-in functions, which will help you all do machine learning code even faster. Yeah, it will come to double L and then slow down, Rishita. So depending on the internet connection, so don't panic. It will progress. Depending on the internet connection, it will start. Yes, Rohit, as I said, no, it will come to double L and then slow down. So no need to panic. It will move ahead. And once it's done, then you can launch it and then give your own workspace where you want to save your Java programs. Amar sir has shared all the attendance sheet also, I guess. Yes, no, maybe. Has sir shared the attendance sheet with you all? Please mark your attendance also. So today we just did the introduction. What happened? Am I audible to you guys? So I'll make a folder for you guys in which I will store all your programs. Am I audible to you all? Hello, guys.
As if sir is asking that audible or any issue, so you can just ping into the chat box. Okay, so we'll have a confirmation, right? I already shared the attendance link to the chat box. I'm resharing that over the Zoom and YouTube as well. Sir is rejoining. Okay, so let's wait for 2 minutes. No, today's session is not completed. Umar sir is rejoining. Okay, so please wait. Yes, Parth, we are here for that only. Everybody's understanding is important. We can't run like that, right? So please have a patience. Everything is going to be covered. No need to worry on that part. We have 30 hours. See, chat box is enabled for host and co-host. Okay, so you have the work with host and co-host only, right? So you can post them. See, you can directly chat with Umar sir or me. Muskan, it's open for all. Yes, so Umar sir joined. So let me give the constants. Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay, sir. No. Suddenly, what happened? It just now. Now you guys have installed the software, right, guys? Yeah, perfect. Now I'm getting yes replies. So, how to build a Spring Boot application from scratch? I'll show you all. Okay, so open up the browser. Okay, I'm sharing my screen and just type Spring Initializer. Okay, this will help us to initialize or make a structure of the Spring Boot application. So you see Spring Initializer, click on that, go to Spring Initializer. Okay, from the project, choose Maven. From the language, choose Java. From the Spring Boot version, choose 3.5.5. Now, group is the name of your domain in reverse order. So if we are xlr.com, no need to write like this, write in the reverse order, com.xlr. So that becomes your package structure. So whenever you're making a package structure, write in the reverse order of your domain name. Artifact is the name of your project. So whatever project you are making, that is your artifact. So if you're making a student management, so you can write student management. That becomes your artifact. Okay, name and description don't matter. What it does, it groups it concatenates your group and artifact and forms the base package. So this is your base package for the application. Packaging is Java sufficient. Java 17 is sufficient. Go to add dependency and type web over there. Choose the first dependency. This much is sufficient as of now. So you can just click on generate. It will download the project for you in a zip file. Okay. Extract this zip file. And when you get that folder, you can copy this folder and put in the workspace which you created. So this is my workspace. I'll put it over here. So whatever workspace you have created, your folder will be empty right now. When you did the launch and it asks you to create the workspace, so whatever workspace you created, whatever folder name you gave, put it in that Java programs. Okay. So, okay, so you have to make sure that just choose web, Disha. In dependencies, just choose web and add it. That is the protocol. That is the standard protocol of writing a package. You have to write in the reverse domain. So there's no logic behind it. It's just the protocol. Like how we have camel case, Pascal case. So whenever we write method name, what we do. So if I have a method name called register student, I will write R small and S capital. No, that is called as camel case. So there is no science behind that, Nisha. That why is it Nishkarsh? That why are we writing it in camel case? So like that, there is no science behind that. It's just a standard protocol which we follow, that whenever you give the package name, give the reverse domain order. Yeah, let it install, Devendra, no problem. It will, depending on the internet speed. Has it come till double L? The progress bar, has it reached till double L? REST APIs are these post APIs which will help us send data from server to the client. So now what I was telling is, after logging, then what happened is, I wanted to add my friend to whose account I wanted to transfer the money. So it asked me for all the details. So he shared me his account detail. So, but his account was of ICICI Bank. Okay, so now I am on the server of HDFC. My application is linked to the HDFC server, but the account number which he has given me, this account was from ICICI Bank. So we have to give all the, you'll have added beneficiary, right? I guess those are using mobile banking. So when we add a beneficiary, we have to give the account number and the IFSC code. So IFSC code was of ICICI. ICICI Bank IFSC code was there. So now he has given me the name, okay? So whatever name he has given me, Sahil. So now I have to make sure that the account which I am adding belongs to Sahil. So, but I am on the HDFC server. My application is connected to the HDFC server, and this detail is of the ICICI. So what we have is, we have REST APIs. So REST APIs, they communicate with other servers also. So one application, one server can communicate with the other server using REST APIs. So this blue area is my HDFC server. Okay, so HDFC server connected to HDFC database. Okay, so this is all about HDFC Bank. Similarly, there will be some arrangement for ICICI server connected to ICICI database. So there will be a ICICI server, because to where the ICICI Bank customers they connect to the ICICI server, and all the records of the ICICI customers are stored in the ICICI customer table, right? So this is for the ICICI Bank, and this is ICICI server and ICICI database. Now, from an HDFC server, I need to connect to the ICICI server. So this we do with the help of REST APIs. So we write REST APIs and we pass data from one server to another server. So if you are integrating and making a large application, so imagine you are a Make My Trip. A Make My Trip, what does it do? What does it do? It fetches data of various hotels, various flights. So it is fetching areas of Etihad Airways also. It is fetching data of Kuwait Airways also. It is fetching data of Air India also. So how is it doing all that? So these three companies have their separate servers, right? Etihad has its own server. Kuwait Airways has its own server. Air India has its own server. Now what is Make My Trip doing? It is communicating with all these three servers. So how is it communicating through? It is communicating through with the help of REST APIs. So these are very trending in the market right now, and we need developers who can make REST APIs. Okay, we need developers who can make REST APIs. These are called as backend developers. So which kind of API developers make REST APIs? Backend developers. And once I have the API, then I can communicate with various servers simultaneously. Okay. So that is what we will try to create in the subsequent sessions. In a nutshell, I've just explained you all what is REST API. Yeah, IntelliJ IDEA also is good. Rishikesh, if you are comfortable with that, you can go ahead. Just add the web dependency, Srinivas. Web, WEB. After generating, you have to extract it and add it to your workspace. Jyoti. So after when you, okay, so if you are able to see my screen, once I generated this, okay, is my screen visible? I'm showing my screen. So after generating, I extracted this, right click and extract here or whatever way you are used to extract. And once I have this extracted version, I copied this, Control C, and I pasted it in my Eclipse workspace. So when I did the launch, it made my Eclipse workspace, no? I pasted that in my Eclipse workspace. Over here. See. If you all don't know what is your Eclipse workspace, open up your Eclipse, go to File, go to Switch Workspace. And what it shows over here, this is where your Eclipse workspace is. Okay, so you can browse and change it also. So paste that extracted folder over here. Am I understood? Jyoti? Spring Boot version, the one which is showing over here, 3.5.5, I guess. What is showing on the Eclipse Spring Initializer, use that only. 3.5.5 over here. Okay, Badri? Nice. People are engaging. Once you have downloaded the zip file Shabana, right click on it, extract that zip file. You'll get a yellow color folder in that. Copy that yellow color folder, and wherever your workspace is there, if you don't know where is your workspace, you click on go to Eclipse, go to File, go to Switch Workspace, and go to Other. This is your location of your workspace. Go and paste that extracted folder over here at this location, whatever is showing on your machine. Okay. Yeah, you'll get the recorded lecture for today. Okay, then guys, you all do this much. And tomorrow maybe we'll try to, I'll ask you all to share your screen maybe, and then troubleshoot your issues if you all are facing anything in installation. Okay. Amar sir, you want to make any announcement?
Yes, sir. So, dear participants, I already shared the attendance thing in the chat box. So please mark your attendance, share your valuable feedback about the session. So as I mentioned in the LMS KT, 60% attendance is mandatory to get the certificate of participation. Those who not received the mail LMS access, by tomorrow you will be receiving that. Okay. Achal, you are just saying that please answer my question, but there is no any question from your end. I scrolled entire chat. You can reshare your question. So you can do a course over the Zoom or YouTube, doesn't matter, or LMS portal. You have to make sure that you are marking your attendance. Okay. Attendance is mandatory. Yeah. Thank you, Umar sir. We'll see you tomorrow at 7.
Okay, sir. Bye, guys. Good night. Take care.
Sir, the contest or assessment will be the evening because in the morning we have our college. Yes, obviously, no. Session is running at 7 to 9. Then it will be at session time only. What's the timing of the session? 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can watch over the YouTube. You can watch over the LMS portal too. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. sessions are going to run Monday to Friday, 30 hours, 15 hours for the full stack development. After completion of the 15 hours, then machine learning. Okay. Satyadev, I hope I answered your question. Everything is provided over the LMS portal. Can I watch recording? Yes, you can watch the recording, but there will be no any certification for the recording. For the certification, you have to attend the lab session, and for that, 60% attendance is mandatory. Okay, Swasni, clear? YouTube participant, any comments? Yeah, if no, you can hit the like button. I hope everybody is enjoying. Any problem, any query, any question, you can post in the chat box. I'm happy to take that. If no, then definitely we'll see you tomorrow sharp at 7 o'clock. Enjoying, guys? Sir, I'm already using the yes, you can, Rishikesh. It's up to you, but you can. That will be helpful for you. So if you missed on any part, that's going to be covered again, right? MacBook Pro, thank you so much. You're really enjoying. Great to hear. Thank you for the session, sir. Very insightful. This was a fabulous session. Okay, thank you, Shubham. Riddhi, we will get today's record lecture or not? Yes, I said that. Same into the LMS as well. Okay, super. You do participant, any comments? Good, guys. So see, however, you are interacting now, interact into the session as well, because the first step of learning is interaction, right? So first rule, now be like, we used to crack the joke sometime. The first rule of my life, this, and what is the second rule? Don't forget the rule number 1, right? So likewise, interaction is important thing. Your one question is going to cover the questions of all other students too, right? And if you interact, you will boost that confidence that you are going to have the next level of confidence. I asked the questions and answered that, and I have knowledge of that thing now, right? So in a classroom as well, if we ask the question, then we'll get that confidence, right? To put the things in front of our teachers, trainers, tutors, right? So always keep your pointers whenever we are asking anything. You can post, let it be correct or let it be wrong, but interaction is important. Sir, we're gonna make a project. Just you can go through the agenda, you will get to know that actually what we are going to work for next 30 hours. And definitely it's really going to be a very engaging and informative journey. If you're going to be work from the first day, if you're not going to miss on any session, for sure it's going to be helpful for your projects as well in the final year. Thank you, sir. You're welcome, Priyanka. Bhushan, I hope I answered your question. Others, any query, any question? So we'll be there for 2 more minutes. It's 9:06. We'll wind up for the day in 2 minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yes, Shubham, we are going to work on that too. After completion of the full stack development, we'll start with the machine learning. Thank you, Suhashini. Thank you, sir. Session was very informative. Thank you. Others, guys, anything is there, or we're good to wind up for the day? Yes, sir, we are good to wind up. Now it's time for the food. Okay. When the recorded classes will be available, user it will be available over the LMS platform and Xclass Solution YouTube channel. I have filled the form, so I need to submit it again. Not required. Once we have food, we'll take again. No, right? Once we had that, then done. I will not eat 2 times, right? Likewise, we not required to fill the form 2 times. One time, any platform, Zoom, YouTube, LMS platform. If you're not going to join the session, if your friends are going to share, don't do that, because see, first important thing, knowledge, and to showcase our knowledge, that from where you earn, from how you earn the certification, right? So always first focus on the knowledge part, focus on the session. Behind of that, we are sharing everything on a time. You will get the certification, right? Thank you, Siddhi. Thank you, Rakshita. Thank you, Priyanka. It was wonderful session, sir. Thank you, Prasad. Dr. Anuja ma'am, I have installed this. Ma'am, now I'm not sure on that. You can just check with Umar sir tomorrow in the session, so sir will help on that. The class was very interesting and knowledgeable. Thank you, users. Guys, you can rename yourself, so I can at least read your name, right? So you have option to rename yourself. If you click on participants, if you move your cursor on your name, you have option to rename, right? So from tomorrow session, let's everybody rename. So sometime I will get the Vivo users, MacBook, Apple, Lenovo. So it's not good, right? Sir, is this college specific program or anybody can join? I think I got the same question over the YouTube chat too. You're the same? Who asked the question? Yes, so Achal, it's open for everyone. Anybody can join the session. Okay. So if your friends are looking, let them go to the registration part. They will be getting the access, and you can share the registration link and joining link with them. The instructor explained the core concept clearly, especially the front and back end structure and how both layers should interact. Thank you, Akanksha. Thanks a lot. Okay, so I think we already take 10 minutes extra. I know that you guys will be saying that, sir, done for the day. We are hungry. So we'll see you tomorrow, right? In website, attendance will be updated after filling the Google form. Yes, so once you fill, that's done. So tomorrow again, you have to fill that. Okay. Thank you guys. Chalo. Bye bye. Good night. Have a nice time ahead. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And happy learning with XLR. We'll see you tomorrow sharp at 7 o'clock.